Greetings, one and all, gamers of all variety. Welcome back to Gamer Guy Channel. I'm Rollin, if you didn't know that, and today we're going to be looking at some more Crossout stuff. I'm going to be building specifically some bigger, better vehicles. My part count limit went up to 70 parts recently from 65, and so I'm going to be using those extra 5 parts to my fullest advantage and building some more armory tanks, quicker robots, and then something a little bit more versatile too in this episode. This is actually one of my old vehicles here you see me playing. It's a 65 part limit tank I call the Cheetah tank. I did some min-maxing and experimenting, and I found a way to make tanks much quicker using many of the small tank tracks as they maneuver quicker than the medium or large tank tracks, and they can go through water and turn on a single point, which is a nice advantage, while still having a pretty formidable top speed, which I liked a lot. And then I used some of the real heavy-duty wheels in the back to increase my overall carrying mass and allow me to get up to top speed a little quicker too with those large wheels and the combination with those small tank tracks. So it's really pretty nice. I got into using the Spitfire shotguns, which you heard me mention last time was one of my favorite weapons. Still using the 88 and then some machine guns too, along with a way to increase my ammo and my recycle time too for how quickly my guns recover after they've overheated. So we'll be showing you some of that stuff real soon after we get done with this match. This will also be the last video I do for the year and the last video I do in my old apartment, so it's kind of a milestone for me too. Anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of that, and we'll start with our quick vehicle called the Cheetah Rover version 1, I guess we'll call it, V1. So check that out and more right after this intro. So yes, I like playing big, heavy, tanky things. That's a lot of fun, going nose to nose and being able to outgun AI and outmaneuver other people. But sometimes you want something quick and nimble, so that's where I got the idea here for the Cheetah. The idea here with this vehicle is to be able to hit top speed, and so this is able to do that with just a regular rare engine. I had to go purple to hit top speed. I am using 6 of the studded tires and 2 of the chain tires to make sure that I have a high enough mass limit to stick some significant armor up on the front, and then use some of the Nomads parts on the backside to kind of seal up the cabin from direct fire hits. And then I'm using the lighter weight tubular frame that you get with the Lunatics too, to keep everything nice and lightweight. And then for the rest of the parts, you'll see that little boxy thing at the back of my vehicle. That's actually now an advanced radar, something I had locked not too long ago, and lets me see what's going on in the battlefield. As situational awareness is always important, no matter what game you are into. There we go, we finished that guy off. I think he was just not quite ready to start playing yet. He was probably getting a snack or something, and I was able to get across the map and take him off before he even got to his controllers, probably. But one down. What I'm going to do here now, I think, is I'm going to go and take the cap here, and we're almost there. I just got to stay on it a little bit longer without anybody else touching me. There we go. Let's see if we can back up and keep out of harm's way here, because we got 3 guys coming in after me. But if I can duck back behind here and don't let this guy hit me with his lance, that would be really bad. If we push him, we probably keep him from turning, so let's take his cabin out. There we go. We almost died there, though. That lance would have definitely killed us, as we don't have as many hit points as before. But the nice thing is, we are super fast, so we can get out around the back here. And let's go ahead and give a hand here to our friend, Rip, and we'll take out Draxus. There we go. Got another kill there. 2 down. And now, since I've taken some damage, I'm probably going to fall back here and help these other guys take the remaining people. I'm going to let them lead the way, though, as I've got a lot of my armor stripped out there in that little melee we did before. On this vehicle, I went with the Spitfire shotguns on the front, 2 of them, as I really like the damage output on those, and close range is kind of unmatched almost, unless you get into the more advanced like Thunder shotguns, but they use more CPU too. For a little vehicle, a buggy cabin like this one from the Lunatics, you really have to conserve your CPU, so I usually end up using the cheaper weapons, and the Spitfire shotgun's still one of my favorite weapons. Then on top, I'm using the heavy machine gun, and then I'm using the Nomads directional machine gun. Alright, so we are in the factory level now, and let's see if we can do a little bit of a sneak attack on somebody or flank them. So I think I'm going to run around these old abandoned train cars and kind of hide out. And when I see them coming down the alley here, there's one right there, I'll swoop around and hit them with my shotguns. Alright, he's coming in. That's definitely an AI because they're usually overly aggressive. So let's see if I can go and finish this guy out. There we go. Got the killing blow on him. Let's go back over here and see if we can catch another guy. Some of the... there we go. Here's a real live player. Ooh, it looks like he was using those cricket rockets, but and it didn't get me too bad. Pretty much missed on most of that. I want to try getting some of those crickets, which are under the Lunatics rares. They're not bad. They're pretty good for damage. It's kind of hard to hit with. But the ultimate weapon really is, which is good for invasion, is going to be the Cricket 17mm, which is, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a big rocket launcher that shoots like a volley of 5 rockets. They're unguided, but they do the most damage, really. So if you are good at firing, or you can set up a clean shot on somebody, you can really do a lot of damage. And it's good for the raid invasion because you fight these huge boss robots, and if you can keep a distance and hit them with a couple volleys of rockets, it usually will kill just about anything. So I've seen a lot of people getting lots of coupons to unlock more of those crates by doing that in invasion. So I'll probably try that myself. I don't know if I'm going to try to get it before they do the server reset or after, but I know the reset of the server rollback will be happening here soon. I don't know if it's going to be in January 2017 or not, but I'm definitely expecting it. Well, that wasn't bad. We got a victory there. Let's go ahead and try here in another wasteland here. This is definitely one of my favorite levels, as it keeps it interesting with all little obstacles in between, but it still seems pretty open. And the base achievement here too makes it a little bit more interesting too. Usually if you're on one side, you're kind of committed and it takes too long to get back to the other side to stop the other team. So it kind of does help a lot if you can be on voice chat with other people, or if you're in a clan of some sort and you can coordinate who's taking the base and who's defending. And this one though, we seem like we're probably going to try to take. This is another AI, it looks like. He's got himself a Reaper. It's a pretty good little weapon. I'm going to try to knock it off, and he's pretty much already destroyed with the shotguns I'm using. So I do like Crossout a lot. It is one of those games I feel like builds actually matter, and that even the rare weapons and epic weapons really have their own place, and they're still usable even after getting some legendaries and relics. I still think people will be using the rare and epic quality too. So it seems a little less pay to win in that respect. It's just like having the extra options just takes a little bit longer if you want to get the legendary and relic weapons. Now some of them are pretty powerful. Like I would say that the Scavenger's rocket launcher that's a legendary is probably one of the most powerful weapons in the game. But you know, things like the relic weapon flamethrower don't seem particularly overpowered. Of course, I haven't ever met anybody with, you know, ample or 2 or 3 of them on at the same time, so I might change my mind after being hit with that in the new meta. I got Will Dragon. I see that guy quite often. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see how that looks when people start unlocking the flamethrowers more often. I cheat for fun too, another name I recognize. A lot of these guys play all the time here on Crossout, so I see them almost daily. We got 4 kills so far, and we got the victory too. Nice. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. This cheetah build seems like it's pretty fast and reasonably tough. I put a lot of the more heavy components up at the front so I can take a couple shots and dish out the damage. And then also I have that cabin completely covered up so you don't suffer from the damage penalty of getting your cabin shot directly right away. Okay, now I'm going to take the cheetah out into kind of what it was designed for initially. This is the Left Coast Heist. One is just kind of purely a race, or you can use it more in that way. In this one, you're just trying to collect some cargo crates and get them back to the beginning. You can fight if you want to, and a lot of times when you're a slower vehicle, it's better just to fight through all these guys. But I built the cheetah to be super fast so it could just bypass all these enemies and grab the crate before they can really catch up to me and then head back to the front. You know, of course, with my 2 shotguns and 2 machine guns, I can lay waste to these guys, but why when you can just, you know, finish a mission in like less than 5 minutes and collect those sweet coppers and be able to use them in your new construction. So that's the plan. On this one, I'm going to kind of swoop around here to the side. I've noticed Left Coast Heist always has these little rocket launchers protecting the pad. So I like to come in around and take them out as I get to collect the item. And we'll take this last one out right next to the pad. Normally, if you come in the other way, those other two are kind of hard to take out with short-range weapons. That Cutthroat is doing some pretty decent damage to me as he's got a cannon on it, so I have to probably take him out. But besides that, I'm not really too worried about these enemies. There we go, got rid of him. And now let's see if we can just avoid the rest of these enemies. Unless we run into another Cutthroat we got to run through. Alright, see, finally my teammates are kind of catching up. That guy's got a pretty interesting build. Looks like he put 6 of the directional machine guns on the front of his vehicle. And each of those is only like 2 CPUs, so you can really stack guns on. And I like that strategy. I also thought about doing that with just the shotguns, as it's a great, inexpensive, and easy to acquire build that I would definitely recommend if you're going to be playing Crossout when it goes open beta, or if you're playing closed beta right now and you wanted to try out a pretty strong build that doesn't take a lot of time to get together and unlock. I would say try 6 of the Spitfire shotguns or 6 of the Nomad's little machine guns. Alright, so we're almost back. We're almost to the escape zone, and that's taken almost no time. You know, maybe what, like 3-4 minutes to get there and back? And this is just in real-time speed, so I like it because you can just kind of leave everybody in dust, and it's a great way to collect copper for your builds. Alright, time for something new. This is the, I call it Razor Tooth Tank, and it is the 70 CPU part build, exactly 70. I had to put a couple cosmetics on because I basically capped out the weight exactly where it needed to be before the vehicle starts slowing down. So this one is 17,600 mass, and if I put anything else onto it, it basically slows down. So this is kind of perfectly balanced, so it can move faster than most other tanks, and almost as fast, or able to catch up with medium to even some of the faster moving vehicles out there, which I like. Again, I'm using the dual Spitfire shotguns, I'm using the directional machine gun, and then I'm using the 88mm cannon with the quicker reload time, radiator cooling system, and then I also got the ammo pack underneath and the bigger battery generator too. Again, I'm using the small tank tracks as they are faster than all the other tank tracks, and they're still tough, and they can go through water a lot faster too, I've noticed. And then the big wheels on the back to increase my mass enough to let my vehicle go. This is an interesting build here this guy's got. He's got all his guns up on a crane, but the weak part is if I just shoot out his crane and cut it from his vehicle, he will have nothing. Of course, he's trying to stay behind the box. Good try, but I went ahead and cut out his crane anyway. I've seen a lot of people trying to do that, and if you're fighting at long distance, it's not a bad idea, but when you're in close combat like that, you're just going to get owned every time. So, interesting build, but I wouldn't advise it. This is anybody with a cannon or anybody with a couple shotguns can just rip out your frame pretty quickly. Alright, let's go and pop down here, and we'll come back up and see if I can hit this guy's broadside. I missed with that tank shot. Alright, great, but I'm distracting enough where we got the victory. Alright, let's see how we did in scoring here. Reputation earned, about 450, not too bad. Just got 1 sticker. It wasn't a very long fight, but we did get fuel. Yeah, that's another thing I added to this is I got a fuel barrel on the bottom, and I found that it only takes 1 fuel barrel to get that 25 fuel if you win, so don't put more on unless you want to just give yourself more explosion damage if you get destroyed and someone's close to you. So just 1 fuel barrel underneath this. Other thing I did on this bigger, beefier version of the tank is I put more of the spikes on front for ramming damage. So that's kind of my secret weapon on this. You can catch people quickly and then basically just push them around with the spike front to do a lot of extra damage. And on the back I also put some, it's like, I forget what those are called, but they're basically the same sort of things. Those slatted looking knives on the back. If anybody tries to hit me from behind with their bumper, they're going to take some damage too. So. Alright, we're going to go and pop around here. Let's see if we can take out these lightweight AI bots. They don't take very long, especially with the shotguns, to take down, so I just aim for the cabin. And then I'll hit him a couple times with the cannon too. Alright, so we got Vanuch. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. Vanuk, maybe? But he's a guy I play with a lot. Pretty good player. And Looks like we got him out of the way. So we got 3 kills so far, not bad. Kristen's another AI bot, but we'll go down here and see if we can get her with our shotguns. Crap, we got 3 of them over here. But they're all AI. Dominic, Mary. Now usually what you want to do on these AIs is aim for their ammo crates, which are usually in the back. These little guys here are usually pretty easy to kill because their cabins are exposed, so you just aim for their cabins and you get all the extra bonus damage. So I hit him with my machine gun, try to strip out the gun, there we go. Nice, 5 kills so far. Let's see, we only have one more person to get Abigail. She's hiding somewhere out there. You'll see too, this little tank traverses up and down pretty quickly and has a pretty good amount of power. I'm using the medium powered engine. I'm not using the real heavy duty one, and I'm not using the lightweight one or 2 in combination. I'm just using that one medium engine, as engines cost a CPU, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough for the weapons I wanted to use and the radiator too to maximize my DPS. There we go. 6 kills, not bad. So anyway, that is the Razor Teeth tank, and I will probably put that up on the exhibition if you guys want to check that out for yourself. A lot of fun, really fast, and uses parts only up to epic in quality, so I'm not going legendary or rare, and so it makes it a lot easier to acquire. Alright, on to the Street Sweeper version 3. This one you'll see I use a regular engine. I'm also using a fuel barrel to collect that extra 25, the gas-powered generator, and the cooling system all underneath, buried in the frame. Still use the Spitfire shotgun, still using the directional machine guns, and then I'm using a medium machine gun mounted on the top on those tubular frame parts, which are harder to actually place shots on, so it's harder to strip out that gun on top. On the back here, I'm just using some things to extend out the cab and hide some more of the parts like my radar and radio and stuff like that to communicate with other teammates. You'll notice I'm still using the small little tank tracks, and I'm using not the regular big truck cabin, but I'm using the smaller van one, as it has a little higher top speed, so I can move a little quicker. Whoops, got a little lag there. Alright, let's get back into it. So that's another thing I'm looking forward to in the new apartment. The new place I'm moving to, I have a direct internet connection in my own apartment, so no more of this shared Wi-Fi, as the shared community Wi-Fi for my YouTube career makes things quite frustrating sometimes when everything falls apart all of a sudden and you start going through lag loops. Alright, let's see. Homix, I think that's a real player. Got him out of the way. Matthew's AI, got him. And now if we can just use these AI for cover. We've already taken some pretty substantial shots on the front, but fortunately didn't do a lot of extra damage to our cabin. But it looks like we lost most of our mid-level machine guns. We've still got our top mount, and we've still got our 2 shotguns up on front, along with the spike bumper grills. Alright, let's see if we can stop these guys from advancing. I am using a medium engine, so I should be able to push these guys pretty easily. And the combination of the tank tracks too, I'll just land that guy on the dirt. I love it. I love pushing people into the acid or pushing them off bridges. It's just fun, because I never really expect that strategy. Alright, he got my gun, so now I'm going to get out of here as I am weaponless right now. And looks like they just have that one guy down on the bottom. Someone's shooting him, so I'm going to see if I can just not die. I've already got my 2 kills. I've done my part. You guys can pull the weight for a little bit. Crap. Oh, sorry, Lisa. Lisa, go down there and shoot that guy in the face. Now, these AI bots are using the Mammoth Cannon, and they're also using the legendary rockets, which I really think are great weapons. So even though they're AI, they definitely have the right kind of gear. Alright, let's head over to capture the base. That's pretty much the only thing I can do. Oh, good. We got the win. We didn't do too bad there. Let's see if we got 2 stickers. Not too bad. If you guys are wondering what kind of awful paint job this is one of those special event paints a while ago from when the Teutonic Knights little event was happening right before Christmas. One of the things they said that I've kind of heard through the rumor mill is that if you have any special paints like this, or if you have some saved builds and stuff, you're going to be able to retain that through the reset. Now, you're not going to have the parts to build some of the vehicles you have saved, but once you get them unlocked, you can build some of your old favorites. So something like this that I like using. I could go back and get again. I just have to unlock the right parts, and then I can put it together the same way. I also, in the past, I noticed that when they did the last server reset, they didn't reset the maximum part limit once you had unlocked it. So I think I had unlocked like 55 at the time, and so I just had 55 for a long time as I was leveling up a fresh account. So I'm wondering if I'll now have 70 parts when they do the new server reset, if I don't get to 75 or 80 before that happens. Let's take this guy out again. So look how much damage those little shotguns do. That's just sweet. You just got wrecked, son. And then Daniel, too. Damn, Daniel. Getting murdered again in those white vans. I'm going to take out his... there we go. Got the ammo pack. Now, you'll see my front wheels got taken out, but I still have my shotguns there, and I'm still moving pretty quickly, as most of the mass is supported by those rear wheels and not the front ones. They do help a little bit, and you will lose a little bit of your top speed if you get your front wheel stripped out too soon and you don't lose enough of the extra parts. So that's probably one of the weaknesses in these more speedy builds. But I do like it because it does a lot of damage output, and you can still keep up with a lot of the faster vehicles, so it's hard for them to shake me. So there we go. We got 4 kills, got another 25 fuel for some more raids, 33 scrap, and another shotgun we can use for crafting. Sweet, and we just got our part limit raised to 75. I'm going to probably call it an episode here, guys. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and come back real soon where I'll be doing some more Crossout, Robocraft, and some other games just like this. Well, crap, now that we got level 31 and 75 parts, I'm going to have to build a brand new fleet of vehicles. Of course, some of them I'll probably keep the way they are, as they're already at the mass limit, but it certainly gives me more options. Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed. Have a very happy new year, and I'll see you in the next episode. Later.